Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on. Today, we are going to talk about XRP's brokerage bombshell. Wall Street's quietly buying in, and this is a good thing, along with some other news, including Ripple buying another company, and this one is big. Before we get into all that, let's take a look at pricing. Bitcoin sitting at 78,966. Up 1.88% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum flat over the last 24 hours, sitting at 1,491. Tether at the number 3 spot. XRP at the number 4 spot, up 5.992% over the last 24 hours, sitting at $1.93. Just literally dropped to $1.94. And then Solana up over the last 24 hours at 2.39%, sitting at 109.29. So these days, my recommendation is really just don't even look at the charts. There's so much going on. We know things are dipping right now, so just take a step back, give it a break. If you're like me, you check it a couple times a day. Usually, I try to gear that back down to at least one time a day, if not at all, some days, and just let things hash out as they will. So I do believe it will come back up, but it's going to take some time, and we've got to be patient. Patience is key. Let's jump over to X and take a look at some news here. We're going to start off with this XRP's brokerage bombshell because insider scoop: Wall Street is sneaking into XRP. Interactive brokers just opened the door for professionals. Is this big money flip what we've waited for? I'm going to try to spill some of the suit secrets here today. Remember to stay subscribed, and I'm going to try to bring you as much information as I can on XRP and the cryptocurrency industry. So, the brokerage breach. Mr. Nugent talked about this. One of the largest U.S. brokerages, IBKR, with 2 million accounts, made XRP available to institutions and professionals. This is big. This is really big. It's energy screams adoption here. IBKR is a giant, holding $2 trillion in assets. XRP is now in their professional traders toolkit. This is huge. Um, and this goes along with some of the news I'm going to share with you here in a second. That's on the screen now. But why is this big? This isn't retail FOMO. This is calculated. This is a post SEC win from Ripple. Institutions now see XRP as safe and useful. If Wall Street stacks XRP at $2 or whatever it's sitting at now, $5 XRP is really just a warm up, and $10 is the next goal as these institutions start to buy in. So, what do you think of Wall Street's all in on XRP? Do you think they are? Do you think they're not? Let me know in the comments. And if you want insider scoops, stay tuned because we're going to try to bring that to you. Now, let's jump to this news here from Good Morning Crypto. And he's accompanied a video here with Monica Long. And this is all very recent, happening in the last week. Breaking here: Ripple president Monica Long talks acquiring Hidden Road. So forget the news, well, don't forget it, but remember the news that I just shared with you on the IBKR brokerage. And now this: IBKR was doing $2 trillion in assets, and now Ripple has acquired Hidden Road in a $1.25 billion deal. And we're going to give you this video here with the Monica Long interview. This is super bullish, people. Take a listen.
What does this add to the Ripple business? all coming together. So we've talked for a long while about institutional decentralized finance. Many of us here talk about institutions coming into the world of blockchain and DeFi, and this is going to blast that into a new milestone, kind of a new stratosphere. So the idea here is Hidden Road, through its prime broker business, is able to supercharge a lot of what we do. So using Ripple USD, the stable coin, as collateral for all of its prime brokerage services, as well as using XRP Ledger for a lot of its post-trade services. And of course, we've actually known Hidden Road for years.
What does this add to the Ripple business?
It's all coming together.
So there you go. It's all coming together. They tell you straightforward they're going to use RLUSD. They're going to use the XRPL. So they're going to use XRP in these transactions. This is huge. And let's go down here to what Monica Long tweeted. She says here, and this is again coming right from her mouth, 2x here. The fundamental tenets of what both Ripple and Hidden Road are trying to do are the same. Build better financial infrastructure for global movement of value than the walled gardens, fragmented rails, and monolithic entities of the past. Decentralized finance thus far has been primarily built for crypto natives. Today, we have a chance to break down those barriers. Through Hidden Road, for the first time, an institutional investor is able to post multiple forms of collateral, including crypto and tokenized assets, and soon RLUSD, to one counterparty, and trade across 100 plus venues and liquidity providers that support 1,000 plus assets across FX, crypto, fixed income, etc. This is no small feat to achieve today, especially with risk management. That, in combination with using the XRP ledger for post-trade settlement in the future, means the possibilities are staggering. There will be much more to say in the weeks ahead about what was once a hypothetical and is now reality, but today, let me express my thanks to the teams who worked to bring this deal together and excitement for what's all to come. Let's build. That is a huge statement. If this doesn't get people excited about XRP, RLUSD, and Ripple, I don't know what will. Big stuff. And of course, Smoke Dog was on top of this as well, saying, tweeting out here, $3 trillion to the XRPL. And this was on April 8th. And he, of course, is retweeting Brad Garlinghouse's tweet about this acquisition here. And I'm going to read this as well, because again, this is all super bullish. Do your own research, of course. This is not financial advice, but to me, this is super bullish for Ripple, RLUSD, and XRP and the XRPL. Brad Garlinghouse says, today at Ripple announced the acquisition of Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, one of the largest deals ever in crypto space. But the price tag isn't what's most important. It's that this deal marks a once in a lifetime opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity for crypto to access the largest and most trusted traditional markets and vice versa. Prime brokers, along with other key functions historically managed by banks for the most part, like Hidden Road, have proven themselves as the trusted intermediary for the largest hedge funds, market makers, OTC desks, quant traders, and more. Ripple has been a customer of Hidden Road for years, and we know their breadth of expertise firsthand, clearing $3 trillion annually for 300 plus, ladies and gentlemen, of the top financial institutions globally. This is the capital and activity that will tap into XRP and the XRP ledger's bread and butter. Instant, efficient, scalable, and low-cost movement of value. Excuse me. Instead of waiting 24 hours to settle trades through fiat rails, Hidden Road will be using XRPL for clearing a portion of trades, and most consequentially, using RLUSD as collateral across its prime brokerage services, including cross-asset, crypto, and traditional instrument trades. With this deal and the backing of Ripple's significant balance sheet, Hidden Road will exponentially expand its capacity to service its pipeline and become the largest non-bank prime broker globally. They're not even hesitating here. He's saying largest non-bank prime broker globally. Ripple and Hidden Road combined are a generational leap forward, ready to truly bring the worlds of traditional and decentralized finance together. So this is huge. I had to read all that because this is huge. So Digital Perspectives is coming in here. I'm going to get this to you too because this is big. Breaking attorney James Murphy sues Department of Homeland Security. We are so fortunate to have attorneys like James Murphy, John Deaton, and Jeremy Hogan of the world fighting for us. This is not a maxi move. This is about complete clarity for all investors. Thank you, James. So Meta Lawman is suing to find out who Satoshi Nakamoto is because they won't tell us. But we do know that apparently they were interviewed, and it's not just one person, it's 3 or 4 people. We're trying to find out who that is, and James Murphy's going to try to find out exactly that. So we'll see what happens there. And then Digital Asset Perspective comes in here and says, there it is, buckle up, snowflakes, fourth turning shit is here. And this is an interview with Scott Bessent. Take a listen.
To have that, I think, as an economic historian and someone who's been in markets for 40 years, I actually think I'm starting to look like it now. It is, I think we're also at a unique moment geopolitically, and I could see in the next few years that we are going to have some kind of a grand global economic reordering. There's something on the equivalent of a new Bretton Woods, or if you want to go back, like something back to the steel agreements or the Treaty of Versailles. There's a very good chance that we are going to have to have that over the next 4 years, and I'd like to be a part of it. I've studied this. I think it's kind of a unique skill set. I think as an economic historian.
There you have it. Things are changing here, and how are they changing? Trump's talked a lot about changing in the financial system. He's obviously put these tariffs on. We know how bankrupt the U.S. is and really the world. And now Bessent is making these statements. Something big is happening, ladies and gentlemen. And there's going to be a lot of distractions. So please stay tuned to my channel for the latest. And I'm going to give it to you as best as I can. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. And we will see you on the flip side.